Like it's something for me, like I'm looking around the room and I'm saying, where is this place? Where is this place? And it's, oh, there it is. It's on TV. I knew it. I knew it was on TV. So this is the way we're going to begin this video. By looking at things that are just relevant to the basic understanding of what a number is all about. And I'm not on the right page right now. And I will start on this page over here. And I'm going to have to set up my camera a little bit better than this, if I could. Okay, here I got some to do this, and the camera's going to get set up over here. I just want to be able to do this video a little bit better than the rest of them. There you go. I'm like crazy Dave out there, right? Got crazy stuff to do. I got a lot of crazy stuff to do. Thing is with the bipolars is they start everything, but what do they finish? That is the big question. Bipolar start everything. What do they finish? What do we have to finish? We come up with all the designs. You color it in. It's called the coloring book. What we're going to work with right now is this. This, and this. All it is a straight line. I'm going to show you how these lines are made. Okay, we're going to put the book right over here. This one is a diamond. It goes from here to here to here to here. It's on an angle. The angle of this diamond runs 159 across the calculator. Or actually, it's across the phone, but I'm going to be mixing up numbers. In French, they call this one and this one the accent of grave, okay, and the accent of grave, okay. They call it accent aigu and accent grave, okay. Gu equaling to 21/7, the gateway of the cycle of the 28 of the moon, AB7, the lowest and the highest. What is the difference between the low and the high? We're not going to go. But each of these, when it spins on its axis, it will do a cone of 360-degree cone, equaling to 4 partitions. 4 partitions, north-south, which will be swinging around this way. 4 partitions, and this one this way will be flipping around 4 partitions. This is a total of 16 partitions of 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1, and 1, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2, and 2. Why is it 1 and why is it 2? Not only is it the back and the front, but it's the bottom and the above. This is one side, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 1, 2, 3 areas. 1. Void and void. 2 void to 1, 2 void to 1, 2 within side 1. 2 within side 1. 2 within side 1. It's all within side 1. 1 is on the inside. When you begin -2. And you go 4 at a time because it's 4 corners to a face. 360 degrees. Every single one gets 4. 4 by 360 is 1440. 12 times 12, 1440. When we begin and have a ruler of 12, it's because we begin from the other side. We begin to measure from the other side. We line up the ruler, not on the edging, but we'll line up the ruler at number at number 1 or 2. Remember, we line it up, the blade area. When you have the blade area where the saw comes down, there's a whole inch or 2. You can't even cut a piece of wood if it's that small in that kind of saw. Remember, it's CA-FIS. What it means is it's an expression, okay? An expression. This says 1 cube, 3, 4, DC. DC is 1. 1 cube, alpha, beta. 1 within 2. 4 areas, 2880. An area and an area, according to the week of the Mayans, 10 days and 10 days. From top to bottom, 19283746 40 40 40 40, 160 160, 320 reflective worlds with 40 in between, Pac-Man. 40 of 40 days, 40 nights, 40 in between, plus the area void of the clock that turns all the way around. Don't meet me at 6 when the point is smallest on the 6 and the point of the remember, and also remember, in the clock there's a long arm and a short arm and a red arm. That means it keeps on going, right? It goes 60, that seconds goes 60, but you get 3600 seconds, okay, in that hour, times 24. 36 times 24 is 864. 864. Okay, if that was revolutions of 10, it'd be 800, it'd be 8640. 8640 times 3 creation, 2 in between 1, equals to 25,920 of the Mayan count of the Mayan calendar, divided by 2, okay, divided by 18 equals 720. 360, 360. What were those numbers that I used? Well, by 2 was the Mayan month of 2 10-day periods in a month. Everything is run by 10. And times 18 is 36. 18 and 18 is 36 of the 360 degrees of the 2 sides of the Mayan calculation. Right? 18 months, 2 weeks, 36. 720 times 36 equals to 25,920 divided by 90 equals to 288. 2 weeks running, 12 by 12, 144 hours, 144 hours. But they're day hours and not night hours. It's 9 times 16. 16 is the light. Creation is 3. 3 by 16 is 48. Creation of the light. Why do I know? Because that's the polar to the 1. The polar to the 1 on the cube is this. I'm only telling you the truth. I'm only showing you this is the truth, my friends. This is the odds. This is what we play with. This is where the money goes. If you want to know, if you want to check on life,
according to money, this is the one you got. Now the difference between this one is the next level of this one. The next level of that one is this one here. 1 between 2. Because we have to go, see, 6 has no dot. 6 has no dot, but it doesn't need a dot because it runs with a dot on the other side. It's the polar. 1 into 6, 6 into 1. Have you ever heard the expression 1 for all and all for 1? Well, when you go 1 for all and all for 1, which is number 14, and it says dad, it's actually 34 plus 60 equals 94 Uranus. Plus and minus 6 equals 88, 52, and 36, the piano keys. Earth, the black keys of the piano. Phobos and Deimos, running the negative inside Mars. Why is it inside Mars? Because Venus starts at 2. Start in the center at minus 2. Go to the left, okay, plus 4 equals to Mars. Go to the right, plus 6 If tilt to the left, it'd be plus 2. It'd be plus 4 minus 2 equals to Mars. Plus 6 Saturn minus 2 equals to Mars. Saturn. Let me follow this again. You start at minus 2 Venus, you add 4. We add 4 to everything. So we go from minus 2 to plus 2. But that plus 2 is actually Mars. Then we go to minus 2 plus 6. Okay? That plus 6, okay, is actually Venus. Why is this? Let me show you. This is Venus, but it's minus 2. Minus from this side, plus from this side, right? 2, 4, Mars. 4 minus 2. 2, 6. Venus to Saturn. 2, 6 equals 4. This equals 4. This equals 2. We're now running 2 and 4 in these positions. I'm going to switch them because I could. We start here in the center. Roman numeral. It's not me. It's a Roman numeral and a couple of dice that spoke to me. The 2 and the 1. They're never together, and neither is 5 and 6. 5 and 6, the polars of 1 and 2. And remember, if 0 equals 6, then add 6 to this one because there's 8 around here equaling to 0. If there's 8 void places here and they're all zeros, 8 by 6 void equals to 48 space. 48 space. You know what's funny about 48? Is before I get back to show you this number, is that the laws of Moses is 613, okay? And there's 365 to one way and 248 the other way. But I have a calculation that shows instead of 248, it's 247 in recognition of the spirit of the moon and cycle of the moon, 4 by 7, 4 plus 7, 28, 11, 39. For the spirit, the ST, the transfer, the transformation, whichever way you want to go. The reason difference between 247 and 248 is only the center gateway. That's all it is, because once you have 8, you automatically have 9, because I see it right here. 8 void spaces. 1, 0, 1. Gets all the void. Right? Instead of counting the 8 now, it's 0, 1. If it's 0, 1, it becomes 6, 1. If it's 6, 1, those count for this. These are the moons of Saturn. 6 and 1 is how I began learning this whole thing. Was 1 for 1, which means a 1 and a 4. Okay, 1 and a 4. 1 gets 6, 4 gets 3. That's the AC energy. AC makes DC. But this is 0. This 6 and 1. This is 0, 1. It becomes 6 and 1. Becomes 7. This is now 7. And this is now 8. What is the difference? When you walk up to the cashier, right, and you end up with 7. Why 7? 6 and 1 is 7. At 7 cents, you only have to pay a nickel. But you show up at 8 cents, and you have to pay a dime. You pay 10 cents or 5 cents, 5.10. Why? Because the 7th and the 8th shows the center, the one spirit passing through the gateway, getting the letter I. H and I is going from one side to the other side. And where is the 1? It's inside 5. 9 is played inside 5 or 5 inside 9. Take a look at the cards. You see, it's not me. It's not me. Have you ever seen these before? Right? These are playing cards. Look, my camera's falling down. These are playing cards. And oh yeah, this one too. Look, let's not stop at this. 20, 34, 66, 75, 17, 34, 6, 51, 57, 57, 75, 17, 76. Let me turn this over now. 24 and 13 is 37. 36 and 1, 37. 34 and 3, 37. 34 and 5, 39. 34 and 5, 39. 32 and 5, 37. 37, 39, 37, 39. When you count 36 numbers, 37 equals to 258. 39 equals to 369. 3 and 7 is 10. 3 and 7 is 10. 3 and 9 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 10 equals 1. This one equals 3 equals the AC energy or the spirit, the letter S. It will equal to 19. Artificial intelligence, A and I. 1, 5, 9, 808. 9 plus 8 is 1. And then we put another calculator down here and go 1 plus 8 because we're in a mirrored universe. Okay, this place has been here before. We've used this. We're an element of thought. And then you can also say, here's the 2 card. Here's the 6 card. See the 2? It only plays inside the 3. Why does it play inside the 3? Because if we start at minus 2 and we take away ABC, and the reason we take away ABC, 1, 2, 3, and this is, okay, because once you take the first one on the left away, and once you take the first one on the right away, what about taking away what's in between? Stick my finger in, and where do we begin? But my hand comes from the side and moves to the center. The robotic Hubble arm, the understanding of mechanics. This arm comes from the center. How do we know we're not sticking a finger from each side into each other's world and bringing it back and flipping the discs ourselves? It sounds crazy, right? But it's all true. It's all true because it can happen. There is a fact that machines do work this way, making and building parts. So now what we're going to go into next is to finish off what I began. 1440, 2880, 2880, 2 cycles. This one and this one together, this one and this one together. You know what it equals? 5760. You know what year that is? The year 2000. Do you know it turns in a circle? You know the value of the circle? The value of the circle, but the extent of light is 16. Add 1 to 16, it equals to 136. The extent of light, 613. Moses, 613, touchdown to his extra point and a field goal. 613 to 8 Holy Ghosts. To 3. 8 and 3 and 6. 836, 368. 8 times 36. 8 times 30 is 248 by 6, 48. Is that 278? 8 by 36. 8 by 3 is 240. 8 by 6 is 48. 288. Cycle. We see the dividing teepee. How we overlap on each side. Crisscrossing. Now this one's below. This one becomes above. At first this was above, now this one's above. Each one gets 2 inches. This one's the in-between. They're each 10-inch rulers, right? We don't count the 12-inch rulers because we only can measure on the inside. So we end up with our 10-inch ruler and understanding what our 12-inch ruler is all about. We have to understand that it takes 3 sticks to make a teepee. So that'd be 36 inches. Again, we have a yard. We need 2 of them to make a star. That would be 72 to equal time times 5. 72 times 5. So I'm just understanding within the own numbers. Again, what are all these numbers? 1440 and 1440, when we add them together, it becomes 146 or 186. Why am I not switching the 44? The 44 is already on the other side. The 3 is here. It's a halfway house between 2 sides, between above and below, and between side to side. But the 4 is in 4 corners. They split the world apart, putting 4 on each side. So when you double up the 4 in here to an 8, the 6 can stay the way it is. Because it's the halfway of the 8 house. So we know what 8 and 6 is, and 8 and 6 are the polar understandings. 5 and 3 is 8. Let me see this again. 5 and 3 is 8. Now if I flip over this dice, we're going to get 2 and 4 is 6. The opposite is 5 and 3 is 8. Bipolars of each other. It's just a standard fact. What is explainable by these things, however powerful it is with whatever you do. The strength of whatever information that I produce by creating situations and seeing how the mathematics work is irrelevant to how much it pertains to us personally, unless we want to dig deeper into it. For others, they'll just throw it away. This guy's crazy because you don't know it. It's a simple, stupid thing that sometimes you might need it for the fact that if we are building back, what am I doing? I'm building back for what I started 10 years ago. It was all about how everything came into life. I had many, many dreams, scared out of my tree, about the existence of the creation of the universe from a very wee age, and I'm just going to go back to 10 where it used to freak me out, and I used to dream of letters and numbers, just I couldn't see them. There was like a cobweb of numbers. I used to freak out, ah! It wasn't a freak out, man. No one can calm me down, because as they're just folding me in their arms at 5 and 6 years old, I'm still freaking out inside. I feel that vibration. It's like, you know what a spider web is? It puts its 8 feet on the ground, right? And it holds its head in the middle of everything. Like my head's on top here. Spider holds everything up with his legs, well, his whole body. So we do understand that when we go back, hold on a second. That when we calculate this number, 8, this will equal 6. Now, if I want to switch it again, right? 6 is actually partaking of 2, 2, and 2. Okay, the middle of 2 sides, the left side, the right side, and the middle of 2 sides, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, do you see the crossways? You see how thick it gets? You see the warts? Because everything's on an angle. And it's great because it gives us the different dimensions. This will add up to 4, 8, 12, 16. 16 times 1, 1, 1 is 1776. 16 times 2, 2, 2 is 3552, if I know correctly. I probably made a mistake. But 4 times 1776 times 3 equals to 5328. Minus 6000 equals to 672. Now, I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but I've seen that number. Oh, yeah, 6 creation. 672 is 336, okay? Or is 72 divided by 3 is 24? It's 324. 324 is 324. Oh, my God, 324. How do you do that? 324 is 18 times 18. 1776. Oh, my God, 1776. Does it divide by 18? No, it doesn't. Wow, 1776 times 3 divided by 18 equals to 296. Wow. Birth and creation. Creation of 2 times 96, 192. Well, it's a spirit inside birth. 2 and 9. The only time 9 comes together is 9 and 2 are both the letter B's. 9 and 2 are both the letter B. 9 and 1 is the letter B and the letter A. 9192. AB, BB. 93, which is Saturn, is AC. And why is it like that? Excuse me, yes, it's hold on, 39 is, 39 is CB, right? Is that CB or C? Why am I saying this? Because when you go to the piano, and you hit the first key, that's A. When you hit the 19th key, that's A, and then the next one will be B, because 7 is G, 8 is A, and 9 is B. So that's bi. So if you're going inside Beirut, which is in Beirut, in the passages through the Mediterranean, yes, the Suez Canal, of course. Where is Sue? What is Sue? What does it mean to put on a suit? What suit is by the Suez Canal? Let me tell you, if you look down at the end of the Nile River, on the top left, you will see a big leaf. That leaf looks like a spade running from the Nile River. So you automatically know that whatever the spade might be, which is one of the partakes I save to a club, and it's one of the control panels inside the end of the Nile River. So if you want to talk, if the Nile turned red, well, maybe the answer is right there. Yes, so I was talking on the piano. So if you go 29, well, the second key of the piano is B, and the ninth key of the piano is B again. If you go 19, then it's AB. If you go 29, then it's BB. If you go 39, then it's CB. Communication. On 39, everything passes through Saturn. But like I said, if we started the ruler on the left side, and we have the 12 inches, then we started at -2 or -3, right? We had to get back to 9, or did we have to get back to 8? Because everything is around 1, and 1 is a position, and it owns area space. Number 1 owns as much area space within it as everyone else. Well, actually, not exactly like everybody else, but he's closer to everything else than anyone else. 136, 136, here is 6, 6 equals 3, 1 equals 8, 3 and 8 is the church. 3 and 8, C and H. 38, the train. The train, the church. So now we're seeing that our 6 and 1 is just like 3 and 8. And you know what's funny about 3 and 8 is because the next 1 to 1 is 3, because that's when it traps up 2 for the first time. And 6, next 1 to 6 is the polar 8. So when you go 3 and 8, you're saying that church. So now we're talking about exante grave, and the expression is this one here and this one here, and this is the turnstile that's working. 2880, 5760, the year 2000, plus the value of this, and I'm not going to give you it, that the center is 21 the cube, okay, which gives you 2021. ABC 123 times the cycle of the moon 47 equals to 5781 or 2021. And all the numbers surround 4444. Single triangles, singletons. They told you in bridge, we must play games. If we play bridge, we can see. Here's the ruler. We're starting at minus. You start at -2, I'll start at -2, but your -2 brings you to 4. My -2 brings me to -8. Different ways to look at these numbers. And remember, if you're starting at minus, right, and you come to the other side, when you begin, the first number is 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but it's 4. And it's 4 on 2 cubes. That means the minimum, okay, has to be 3 and 1 or 2 and 2. It cannot be 1 and 1 or 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 is the same replica of what's on one dice. If you get 2 and 2, you get doubles on a dice, which is the 4 dice, which makes your 2 and 2 dice, and it gives you double in the game, and it gives you odds for it. Adam died at 930 years, of course. He died inside Saturn. He was abandoned. Helen of Troy? Hell on Mars? Helen and Mary? Ellen and Mary? Sisters? Mars divided? Melatonin? Ancient grave? Grave and grave. Exante grave. This is what I showed you. The Green Avenue, 7 and 1825, 7, which is 0, 1. So now we know that 1 is 7. Now 1 is the gateway. 2 is 8. 1, which is now 7. 7 plays with 5. Electric Company, G&E, George. 8, which is 2 because it's 0, 2, becomes 8. 8 now plays 10. 2 equals 10. 1 equals 5. 2 equals 10. 2 equals 10. 1 equals 5. 5. So now we know that 1 equals this and this, and 2 equals 2. 7 and 8, 15. 7 and 8, 15.
1 is Mars.
5, 1. 5.
21 is the cube within Mars in the 510 universe. Now this becomes 65, and 1 becomes 2. And the 1 becomes 16, now becomes 7. Now this would be switched to these numbers over here. This would be 65, and this would be 16. 75, 81, equaling to the heart of Venus. 81 inside of this. 81. Now we're going to switch them over, in which it took the 7. In which 7 and 2 is 9, 8 and 1 is 9. What was the 7? It was 0, 1 equals to 7. 0, 2 and 6 equals to 8. 7 ghosts on number 2. 8 ghosts on number 1. This would be 10. Why would this be 10? Although it would say 15, as this would say 15, the same 15, area 51, Mars, right? 2, 3, and 4, which is in between. 7 by 8 is 56. 7 and 8 is 15, equals to 71. 71 is the 0, 1, 6 combination, where the heart is within the world of 3 and 3, and the same 3 and 3 is 6 because it's on 2 sides. Not using 4, I'm not going to use 4 because I believe 4 is the lower world. Okay, I'm just going to use 8 right now. But anyways, how did I get 2 and 7? Because 6 and 5 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2, 0 equals 6, 6 and 1 is 7, 2 and 7 is now. So the reflection of what this is now this. 7 and 2 is 9, 7 and 8 is 15, 9 and 6 becomes the number. 54 and 15 becomes 9 and 6 again. It says the egg within the sun. All movements of these to get 360 degrees, although there's 4 for 360, there's also 4 in between, equaling to 8 movements. Every time there is a movement, we must count 360 degrees. Do you know why? This whole thing might move a quarter move, but the 360 degrees of everything moves within itself. My question is this one put on top here, and do we put another one on between here? We take this one, we put it in between here, we put this one across from over here, and they put all of these into one. That's my question. So instead of them all realities of 360 degrees, they're 360 degrees within the constellation. The second viewpoint of watching. Remember, every quarter 8 by 45, because we circle around the value of 1. There's a pull over here. We turn, we never gain, we use. We use the pull over here when we turn. So now we have 27. Do you know what this does? This says win big red. Number 1 and 2 from where we started will say win big red. 2 times 7 is 14n. 2 plus 7 is 9. I-N, the beginning of pi. 15, 2 times 7 is 14. 14, 15, the beginning of all the numbers of pi. The last one, in God we trust. In God we trust. The numbers are like this. When we come to the end and we finish with 3, 7, and 8, okay, which is 360 plus 16. 3 by 6 is 8, 3 times 6 is 18. 360 plus 18 is 378, just so you understand the ending. Okay, there is 9, okay, but the cube only has 6 sides, so it becomes 6 and 9. So we use 6 and 9 is 15. We get to use 15. That's the total. The total is 15. 6 and 9 is 15. And then the box it comes in. We end, in God we trust. I keep all the 2-letter words, right? I see the king in odd. Do we rust in God? Do we rust in God? Spirit timing is odd. Spirit timing is odd, equaling that spirit timing is off. And it doesn't mean off, OFF equals 666. It means we're not online. We're running offline. In God we trust. Instead of 7, 8, I'm going to put it to 1, 2, and I'm going to finish with 3, 1, 2. 9, 3, 1, 2 inside of Saturn. BB, Venus creation inside of Jupiter. 4 angles to the cycle of the 7th gate. 9, 5, 7, 6. 9, 5, 7, 6. 7, 6, 4 says God. 9, 5 is Einstein, God, Earth. Einstein, God, Earth. 6, Einstein, God, 0, 64, 0, Einstein, God, Israel. Electric company, birth. 450 and 63, 513. 513 and birth of the sun. 513, the orange ball and pull. Once you get the orange ball and pull, 13 and 5 equals to 18, 666. Orange is made from yellow and red. 1 and 9, 3 and 11. 11 is 1 and 1 is 2, which recreates 56. 56 and 21 come back together again. It's like we're running in a ball. It's a system, my friends. It's a system. 29, BB inside Venus, your birth. This is the leap year. BB when 2 and 2 come together. Venus comes together in the leap year. Birth inside the sky. 9 and 3 is the sky. The skies of Nibiru, of the 7th gate. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus.
Thank you for watching. And remember, how many I's are there in the family? Well, the J and the I both get numbers. Dot, dot. Thank you for watching. Here, in the house of the sky, where color is above me, where color is below, room to room,